You know, everybody knows why we're here and how important this year's elections are. My job is to introduce our area senator, state senator here, Bryce Reeves, a freshman senator who's doing an excellent job. Excellent job down in Richmond, and I tell you, it's a whole lot easier to work with Bryce than it was the previous Senate. So, anyways, I'm going to turn it over to Bryce to say a few words.
Thank you. Just want to say thank you. There's a few folks I need to thank in here, and some that I always try to thank when I'm ever given the opportunity to speak. And I think we all know who those folks are. If you're a veteran, would you please raise your hand so we can thank you? I also want to thank some folks that you may or may not know, because I see some new faces and I see a lot of, I won't say old faces, but familiar faces. Right. But I want to introduce you to a guy that I had the opportunity to hire, and he's from Tennessee. And you know, most of you all know I'm from Texas, and Tennessee played a big part in the Alamo. So it kind of perked my interest when I interviewed him on the phone to be the field director for this victory office that we were setting up. And I think he's doing a fantastic job. I told him that he has one goal, and that's to get my good friend, our former governor, I don't know, did they call you Your Excellency? No. So I won't use that term. But anyway, to get him elected and to change the occupant of the White House, as Pat Bullen so often says. So if you haven't met him, he's a great guy. I want him to raise his hand. Brad Rush, would you please? As you all know, I have a lot of young people that work for me as interns. They've worked in my office. There's one young man here who has really busted his tail. He's made thousands of phone calls. He actually took a lot of your phone calls when I had my first session. He was a homeschooler. Now he's going to go to James Monroe High School there in the city. But I just want to recognize him, because I'm going to tell you, it's the future of our country. He's 14, just turning 15, and that's Connell Zalazny. I think it was about this time last year, we were out at Debbie Kersey's house. It might have been a little bit earlier than this, and we were talking about where Virginia goes, so goes the rest of the country. And, you know, I'm not saying that we predicted it this way, but we knew it was going to be a close election for my election. And one of the first people to come in to help spearhead and motivate you all to get out to help me win in the Senate to change the tide of where Virginia was headed was my good friend and our Governor, George Allen. And I want to just say thank you for being the first and the most persistent person to really come out and help us with that momentum. And guess what? We're there again today. So thank you, Governor, for coming out for me. I've had a very, very busy summer. Some of you know. I want to also tell you thank you for your prayers of support as our family deals with some personal issues with my father and some of those things. I just can't tell you how important it is to know that there are people praying fervently and checking and seeing how we're doing. And on behalf of our family, my wife and our kids, thank you all so much for that, because those of us in leadership and those of you who've served in uniform or heads of your companies or everything else, you know that no great leader serves alone, and they have to have a team. And without you all and what you do each and every day to help those of us that are elected in office or in leadership within the party, let me just say thank you. Thank you for the encouragement, the prayers, the support. I've had a busy summer, as I've said. I've been to Taiwan, of which the governor told me when I go to Taiwan, I got to go get this suit made. I did get a suit made. And what's amazing is they still have your business card there. So I took a picture of that too. But
get a commission.
Yeah, you should have got something, right? But we were there on behalf of Virginia this summer, and I'm proud to say we've made some great inroads with regard to cattle beef exports, possibly coal, Virginia wine. So we've really worked hard myself, Senator Carrico, Delegate Kathy Byron went on behalf of Virginia over there, and it was an eye-opening experience to say the least. And I'll put more out about it. I was talking to Nancy. We had the opportunity to sit down with the ministers of health, and they have socialized medicine, basically Obamacare, and they're struggling. 23 million people in that country, and they're figuring out, they've had it 10 years now, how they're going to pay for it without driving all those companies that they worked the last 30 years to get them up to this level of prosperity out of their country. So some interesting things, lessons learned for us, and it's just been a really great summer. I wanted to talk two more things, and I know the governor's pressed, but I just wanted to encourage you all that there's been a lot of sleepless nights for me. And part of the reason I've had these sleepless nights is I've been worried about our country and where we are. And I'm saying, well, you know, I just got through running this hard campaign, and without all you all doing it, and Tim, and changing our board of supervisors, but we did it. And now we're at the precipice. No greater time in our country's history do we need a leadership change in Washington. No greater time in history than right now. And so I found that that's what's keeping me up at night. How do we get there? And how hard do we work? And how many phone calls do we make? And how many doors have we knocked? And do we have enough volunteers? Well, let me say something. There are enough people in this room right here that we can turn Spotsylvania into leading in Virginia and make the difference up where we need to in Northern Virginia and Virginia Beach. Right here in this room. And it just takes a little bit of time from everybody in this room to get those stickers out, to get the Allen stickers out, and the Cantor stickers, and the Romney-Ryan stickers, of which they're on order, right, Brad?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you know, there's one other thing, and I want to, actually two other things I'm going to share with you. One of them is, I was looking, I have a quote, if you've ever been in my office, some of you have down in Richmond, and I have it over my door, so each day I go out to vote on legislation, I look at it, and it's from John Adams. And some of you may have heard this quote, but John Adams said there are two ways to conquer and enslave a country. One is by the sword, and two is by death. John Adams, as a founding father, knew that by the sword or by death. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't seen anybody pick up a sword lately, but I can tell you, we're straddled with enough debt that if we don't get out of this situation, we're not going to leave an America for my children and your grandchildren and future generations to have the same opportunity that we've all endured or been graced enough to have. I'm going to leave you with one quote, and then I'm going to turn it over to the governor. One of my heroes, and I know one of the governor's heroes, is Ronald Reagan. And this is what Ronald Reagan said. He said, "We've been blessed with the opportunity to stand for something. For liberty, for freedom, and for fairness. These are the things worth fighting for and worth devoting our lives to. If we can do that, then we can make us a great nation again. We have to do one thing. We have to win. And we have to win at all costs. And we have to turn the Senate. And the guy who's going to lead the Senate, who's going to be that difference, that change, is our former governor and former senator, my good friend, Governor George Allen."